Welcome everyone to the initial first ever live stream wrestling talk version of the Anthony Blackwell Jr. channel. Joined as always with my number one guy, Brian BP Burke, whatever you want to call him. He is the man of a million names.
Just two.
Just like copyright gimmick infringement. Yeah, so we're gonna be covering our first ever show tonight. Smasha Wrasslin.
Smasha Master Wrasslin.
This was requested by the one and only little Gavin. We said to him, we said, "Hey, bud, what should we do for our first show?"
Yeah, Commish Gavin, put some respect on the name.
Yeah, Commish Gavin. He said, do Smasha Wrestling. That's what my favorite show, and it was the first one he got to be part of majorly in the company in this wrestling business. So we did it for Gavin. And I got to show you something, Brian. I was at the most recent Smash Master Wrestling, where it was the 570 show, because I've been traveling with Philly Mike everywhere. And I got the best autographs.
I was a little indisposed this weekend. I couldn't go anywhere, really.
Yeah, I got autographs from the best guy in the business.
Oh, look at that.
I got me a little cheeky Gavin.
Now, did you get the autograph for 20, or did you do the combo for 30 where you get the
I did the combo, yeah.
Gavin and the autograph and then Gavin picture?
I got the combo. That's
the deal right there.
Yeah, I got the Taker Gavin.
All right.
And I got the Flair Gavin with the 10 pounds of gold.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You can't beat the deal. You know what I mean? You see him now. He has his own merch table. The kid is absolutely killing it.
He's a worker. I had a fun Sunday too. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Not at all. Not
okay. All right. Didn't think so.
I was watching the game through my phone and I was just disgusted.
Yeah. Watching your game through your phone on a grainy video, you still saw the Eagles pass rush better than Carson Wentz did.
Yeah, he's awful. He holds onto the ball way too long.
Well, the one thing I saw, not to get too off topic, that Philly media was saying, and it was the same way when he was on the Eagles. As soon as a defensive lineman rushes behind him, he
forgets they exist.
Yeah, he lacks object permanence and forgets that they exist, and will back directly into them.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But everyone in the chat, thank you so much. We're gonna do. I have wrestling. I have a little playlist set aside for sports talk. So the way this is gonna work, if you were a fan of the IWP Network and Tornado Tag podcast and all that, they won't be audio podcasts anymore. There will be a podcast. I'll be promoting it in the corner above Brian there, the ABJ podcast, which is coming soon. They will be interviews that I will be doing with people. They could be remotely, or I can come to you. So that's something coming very soon. But we're also still going to do, like, I don't know if it's going to be weekly. We might do weekly, but some type of wrestling content where myself and Brian and anyone who also wants to join us that has a setup, we can review shows. We could talk weekly wrestling. There's going to be tons and tons of stuff that we're going to be doing here. I have game streams coming. We're still going to be doing the paranormal, spooky stuff, talks, movie reviews, comic. It's going to be all encompassed. And, you know, where Brian was only on Tornado Tag, now with this channel, I can flip people around. So if Brian wants to come on and do a movie review or a TV show review or talk spooky or anything like that,
I don't really talk a lot of spooky.
The platform is open for everybody, which is exciting.
I want to talk skepticism, maybe.
Yes, though that's kind of what I do. But yeah, so I'm really excited to kick off this show and kick off this platform. And let's start it off with Smasha Wrestling. And we already talked about the commish, right? And here's the card here. This was on October 28th through Pennsylvania.
August 28th.
Yeah, August 28th.
No time machine here.
Yeah.
But no time.
They have a lot of shows there. We will be covering everything. Now, this just kind of dropped on IWTV, I think, early this week or last week. And this is a product of High Tension Wrestling. So here they are here. There's the boys. Alex and Andrew, and right there, Dr. Frank. You can't go wrong. And then also on the call here, and that's the production team. We don't have photos of all the camera people, but listen, they're the unsung heroes of this business, the people who film and bring all the production equipment, but also the unsung heroes of this business. You got your commentary team, Pete DeLong and Rob Williams, accompanied by the announcer of the night, George. I'm going to pronounce,
I believe.
Palamides. Thank you. I'm terrible at last names, but I will say this. I get to hear a lot of ring announcers. And I will say this right now. George is legit.
Yeah.
So here's my deal. And this is no shade.
I'm a Paul Bowe guy, but
I like me Paul Bowe too. So here's where I like about Paul Bowe. Paul Bowe has a great voice, but he's not playing a character, if that makes any sense. I think too many ring announcers and commentators and stuff like that, they have a character, they have a gimmick, they have a shtick, they overdo the voice, and I just think it's over time. I think too many people have done like, let's be the next insert ring announcer commentator here instead of being the first them. And I think George nails that. I think George, he brings something to the table that not a lot of people do. I think he's very, very talented, and he's a pleasure to listen to as a ring announcer, and definitely book him all the time. Pete, you can't go wrong with Pete. Pete is the GOAT of this business alongside of a Paul Ball once again. You can't go wrong booking him. And Rob Williams did a fantastic job with the play-by-play color. Got to work with him before with High Tension Wrestling on the Moran and Friends movie. So yeah, we have worked together, and you can follow him at Bob Culture Podcast. Now, that being said,
I don't know if you want to plug that podcast. He's going to be on that thing. Your nemesis.
Who?
Your nemesis is going to be on that podcast.
I think he was already on.
Oh, see, even worse.
Yeah, that Ricky Starks bastard.
Ricky Starks.
Or Starks, yeah.
That's what they get. Ricky Starks, that's going to be my ring name. Too many carbs.
Yeah. Ricky Price.
Yes, Ricky
on the
Price.
pod. Yeah, so if you want to check out an interview with a bum, go check out Ricky Price's most recent appearance on Bob Culture. That guy, what a dirtball. Anyway, make sure, hit those likes, share and subscribe, helps out. Rick, I'm ravishing Ricky Ramone all over it. Smash Master Wrestling is all genius of Uncle Massey. Yes, absolutely. And we already have the iHeart ABJ. Real quick, little plug here. The merch pages are all up. I have 3 different merch pages, so you can pick all different things. So I got Teespring to work, which is a nightmare to do, but unfortunately they upped all their prices, so they're not technically the same price anymore. And when I would try to adjust them, I'd keep getting errors. So I kind of just let the prices of what they said they are, but hopefully I can put some promo codes out there soon, and you guys can grab some merch. But the new logo is there. The iHeart ABJ logo is there, and there might be a cartoon character coming soon of your boy, so be on the lookout for that. Well, let's get into our first match here. Unfortunately, the pre-show match didn't make the cut, so we're not going to see Ricky Price's match that happened on the pre-show. So thank God for everyone. If you're, you want to see good content, that was left out, But if you're waiting for the 570 show, he is on that, and I will say I was kind of impressed. But don't tell him. Don't tell him, Brian.
Oh, I won't. I won't tell Ricky Price he's a hell of a talent.
He is. He's very, very talented. I hate the fact he's so good because he's such an arrogant. We said best on Backbreakers. He is the Tom Brady of the local independent wrestling scene. You don't want to root for him, but you're like, my God, this kid's going to be the future,
Tom Brady, except he's like, what, like 16 or something?
Yeah. He's like the 16-year-old version of Tom Brady. No. All right, let's get into our first match here.
MIT,
Mr. Intellectual Tavius versus Big Fight Jason Furious. What a way to start the show.
And I think our buddy Austin is a big fan of MIT, if I'm thinking of the right person. I believe he is. And
they are buddies. MIT was smart enough to see our buddy Precious and say, hey, you should probably start professional wrestling. And he attributes a lot of that to MIT. But pregame match is available on YouTube as of today. Is it on you have your own YouTube page, or is it under the High Tension Wrestling page? Let me know. So the pre-show match is there for you guys to check out. So first match, very impressive. So you have a guy who's been a veteran for a very long time going against a guy who's kind of new to the game, and they both brought it.
MIT being the newcomer, and then we didn't mention Jason Furious as his opponent here. Longtime veteran of the Northeast independent wrestling scene. The very first time they did the 570 fights at the Sanctuary last year, it was him and Andy Header mixing it up.
Yeah.
And I love one of the things they mentioned just casually on commentary. He got his first concussion from Candice LeRae. And how fun is it that that we're doing this the week Candice LeRae makes her comeback on Raw?
I may be wearing her shirt.
There you are.
Yeah. Right. That wasn't planned. This is the shirt I found today. Philly Mike in the chat says, I want to wrestle both these guys. Awesome stuff. Spoiler alert for the 570 show. I think Philly Mike might. He definitely has match of the night for last show. It was unbelievable. Him and Prince Ahmed went at it.
Say no more.
Oh, yeah, you have to watch that match. Maybe another future review coming up here on the
Prince
show.
Ahmed could wrestle me and somehow make it watchable. I don't know how he would do it, but he would do it.
Yeah, he's so talented.
He's a prodigy. He is incredible. There are not enough words to put as far as to heap praise on Prince Ahmed. He is that good and then some.
So Smasha Wrestling will have its own YouTube page. Unfortunately, all of the stuff's linked below, but I did not see a YouTube page, so that's my fault. I will add it to the stuff later, but all the Smashmaster and High Tension stuff is below, as well as my link tree where you can find the Patreon, as well as all my social media, Anthony Blackwell Jr. and all social media, as well as our merch pages. All right, but yeah. So what did you think of this match?
So when you have an opener, your opener's designed to get the crowd going, to get everybody excited, get people off their seats, set the tone for the rest of the show, and you really do get this here. You really do get that action, the very contemporary movesets. Jason Furious may be a veteran, but he is not. When you hear, oh, somebody's a vet, oh, okay, they've slowed down. No. No. And then you have MIT, Mr. Intellectual Tavius, a second-generation wrestler. They even bring up on commentary the son of Paradise Alley, Sarge Murray. And you have, again, very contemporary stuff. You have a lot of your dives here. You have the apron bomb. You have a Shining Wizard, a double jump moonsault, a dragon suplex. If you like the contemporary, I hate to lump New Japan in it, that style of big move, kick out of two, kick out of two. This is your match on this show.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. I couldn't have done it better. You killed it, Brian. But yeah, that is exactly what this match was. We said earlier, a guy like Ricky, who's just absolutely impressive and a young talent to keep an eye on in the Northeast Pennsylvania scene, and MIT's right behind him. This kid, unbelievable.
Yeah. It's pretty solid action. I think we have a fast and furious finish. And it ends with a rolling German from MIT getting the 1-2-3 there.
Yeah, awesome first match. Way to bring it. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to top. And like I said, this card is absolutely fantastic. We're gonna get into our next match. I hate to call this an intergender because I hate when that term's thrown around. And we're at a point where when you say that term, it's because it's not allowed to be on TV. You're not allowed to talk about it. But I love the fact that when two people get in the ring and it doesn't matter what their gender is, they just wrestle. And couldn't have been two better people here with Vacious Vicky. And the Smash God, Jay Bougie. Another thing I'm a fan of here too, and I guess you can say a lot of attribute from Sanctuary as well as Backbreakers Entertainment does this very well, is they put good promos out leading up to matches. The talent get behind the roster, they get behind the product, they do those promos, they make those videos, and great job with using IWTV and those promos by sneaking them in before the match. I know Backbreakers will play them before the matches.
Oh yeah, Backbreakers, I love that they do that.
Yeah,
that's incredible stuff.
It makes the crowd say, "Oh, that's why we care about the two people who are about to watch." And it's done very well here on the production side. So huge props to High Tension and Smashmaster for doing that, because Jay Bougie cuts a fantastic promo here.
Oh yeah,
how he's going to smash everyone and he's going to smash Vicky in front of her commentary boyfriend, which was awesome to see. It was just done well. And there's a little bit of dynamic here between commentary and the people in the ring in this match. I'm punching my microphone. And yeah, once again, this is a banger. Vicky's on her return here and Bougie's on his upcoming. Listen, we talk about talent in the area, especially in the New York area. And I think personally, hands down, one of the best heels in the game right now. Jay Bougie is unbelievable. Part of the Takeover, which is a team that I'm a huge fan of. They've been taking over New Jersey, as Pete says on commentary here. I'm a fan of this team. First time actually seeing Vicky wrestle. I gotta say, besides, I think she had an AEW Dark appearance that I did see, but AEW Dark appearances are kind of, we get to see some of our local talent, but they kind of go out there and they don't get to showcase very often. So
yeah, you're really just there to you're there to obviously enhance the talent, and hence the term enhancement talent.
Yeah, Smash Bros. does not do gender walls to our talent. Equal rights, equal fights. Loved that. It was a fantastic match, done very well. Jay Bougie gets the win on some maybe a closed fist punch. What do you think of that?
Yeah, you set up a closed fist earlier where the official admonishes Bougie for going for the closed fist. Excellent crowd work here. Definitely getting the commentary involved. This fight leaves the ring a little bit, goes all over the arena. Bougie, even before the bell rings, is getting into it with fans. He has the meeting out of the palm of his hands. But yeah, the closed fist ends it. Ends it after the first tease. There's a little bit of a referee distraction. Closed fist gets the 1, 2, 3, and then Bougie daring Rob Williams to attack afterward. So again, just building up that Jay Bougie as just the most reprehensible guy possible.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to give this one for free to any promoters who want to put this together. But I will say right now, the match I would love to see right now, absolutely want to see, is I want to see probably one of the better heels right now in professional wrestling in Jay Bougie versus one of the absolute best baby faces in professional right now in Encore. I think those two together is a match made in heaven. We need that to happen. I don't know where. I don't know how. If you need a commentary guy, I'm here. But
how about this one? Jay Bougie and Matt Quay.
Jay Bougie and Matt Quay would be very good too. But I think him and Encore have such a, like, they each have their swagger, their personality. I want to see that matchup. But I'm all for Jay Bougie, Matt Quay as well. But yeah, definitely another two set of talents. Keep your eye on the independent scene, doing great work. Another fantastic match. Now let's get on to a little bit of a. This has become a little bit of a thing at Smash Master Wrestling, where you get a little sometimes your craziness happens. I know at the 570 show it was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, but it was done very well. But your scrambles, and you're gonna have AJ Evers, Billy Mike, Skylar Kincaid. God, I wish it was Killian McMurphy, but unfortunately could not make the show. JS Hawthorne. Fill us in on more details of this one, Brian.
Also, Jacoby Riddick taking the place of Killian McMurphy.
Did not know much about Jacoby, but once again, in the top of their game, a guy like Pete DeLong, who shows up at your card, gets all the information you need to know. And if you're not sure of a talent, you will know during commentary, because he will fill you in and make sure.
You've commentated the match that Jacoby Riddick was in.
Which one?
The Sanctuary Stampede.
He was in the Stampede? Oh, that's right. Yes, he came with Skyros.
Yeah.
You know what? I see a lot of people. Sometimes I forget. I'm very apologetic. Very apologetic, Jacoby. That's right. I did see you wrestle. You had a banger with Mike Skyros at the Sanctuary. Yes.
So the way this match comes about, let's rewind a little bit. Uncle Massey comes up to AJ Evers, paying him for the first show in coupons. He did get some coupons.
That's the best way to pay AJ Evers.
Yeah. And he so AJ won the scramble at the first Smash Master Wrestling, and as a reward, you do get rewarded for winning the scramble. You get to pick your next match. So AJ just says, well, let's do another scramble.
Yeah, no titles. I mean, he could have picked any match he wanted.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what?
Mike Skyros was defending the HTW TV title on this very show. He could have said, I want a shot at the HTW TV title. No, he wants another scramble.
He could have fought John Moxley at AEW. You know what I mean? Like, anything's open.
Well, within reason. I think they did make sure to preface it, whatever Uncle Massey can arrange. We do have relationships with other organizations. But no, he wants a scramble, and a scramble he shall have.
Yes.
And some top tier talent here. JS Hawthorne just being a complete diva, coming in last and letting everybody else fight amongst themselves. Philly Mike hamming it up for the camera, bringing out all the gold.
Dripping. Yeah.
Absolutely. And right immediately as the match starts, AJ Evers just starts going for roll-ups, trying to roll people up. Have a quick night.
AJ is a gift to professional wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. AJ Evers is so entertaining anytime you see him.
Yeah,
so entertaining.
Jacoby Riddick was with Skyros here as well. Right place, right time. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big Skyros fan as well. I loved seeing him work. Got to see him do a lot of stuff at the Sanctuary, and unfortunately, just been booked in different places. Haven't got to see him in a long time. So very excited to see him at this show, as well as the most recent Smash Master.
Yeah, one of the many Camp Leapfrog vets that we got to see on this show. So
yeah, offered him Nick Gage, but he wanted the scramble. There it is. Also, real quick, came into this 137 subscribers up to 142. Thank you guys so much. Trying to hit that goal of 200 by the end of October. So if you guys are watching this, the replay or anything, make sure you hit that subscribe and share this out to your friends. Just trying to grow this new channel, and greatly appreciate it. All right, let's. What else we got in this match?
One of the things I loved, one of the things that really stood out for me is Philly Mike going for the Tornado Bulldog, but Skylar Kincaid puts the brakes on and just delivers a great back suplex. That looked really awesome. JS Hawthorne just coming in, picking his spots, being ever that sneaky impresario. He's the conductor here. He's the director. He is coming in and moving around the set as he sees fit. And a double suplex by AJ and Skylar, but Hawthorne tries to steal. Philly Mike's got to make it a little, he's got to change the game a little bit here, brings in his kendo stick, gets ejected from the match for a little bit, lays out Kincaid, because you can't, and this is something, and I love what they did here, because you always feel like 3-ways or multi-person matches, anything over one-on-one is kind of automatically no DQ, because
it can break down real easy and you can lose track of what's going on.
Because if it's not no DQ and you hit somebody, well, then that person that's not involved, they shouldn't suffer because you hit the person. The person you hit shouldn't win automatically. So they do that really well here, where they just say, Philly Mike, you're out of here. It's a 4-way now. But Philly Mike's not done. He lays out Skylar Kincaid with the kendo stick. And JS Hawthorne and Jacoby Riddick are fighting on the outside. So that just leaves one person. That just leaves AJ Evers, who slides in the ring and gets the pin on Skylar, even though Philly Mike did the dirty work. And he's a 2-time scramble winner.
2-time. Maybe a scramble champion in the works. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing they're looking at, but
it should be the trophy should be a big egg timer for like scrambled eggs.
I like that. There it is. And we just glue it to a toy styrofoam belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the spinner belt, you just have a big egg timer belt, and it's the scramble champion.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
That's an awful idea.
No, it's a great idea. Ever come up with. I think especially if AJ is walking around with it, I think he would hold it with prestige. All right, let's get into a little tag team action. This was here when I seen this one announced. I was like, oh boy, everybody on that left side is people I absolutely love against one of the tag teams, in this area who've taken us under their wing and has been nothing but love and respect for Diamond City War Machine's team with Uncle Massey. But unfortunately, Rembrandt and Cosmic and Seaton unable to make it to the show. So we're gonna get it.
And good on the promotion here for Brad. Just comes out and lays it clean as day. And this is the nature of the beast. Rembrandt came down with COVID.
Yeah.
So it happens. I have it right now. So, hey, it can happen.
And I don't, thank God.
Oh,
I've had it too many times already.
I think I have to, especially now that I have this is the first time
these,
I confirmed.
Dirty wrestling fans is what it comes down to.
This is the first time I did a nose swab and it came back positive. But having okay, this is what it feels like. I'm pretty sure I've had it at least once.
Yeah,
before.
I think my antibodies are pretty strong at this point.
My first thing was I thought back to back in the 2020, right before everything shut down, and when I last Friday is when I tested positive, and so pretty much done now. I have an occasional cough.
Yeah, when you got sick at that early stage before we
100%,
dude,
100%.
I woke up. Heidi woke me up in the middle of my sleep and said, "We're going to the hospital," because I was in my sleep just shaking. She thought I was having a seizure. So I was like, so I'm 100% sure that before COVID became COVID, we both had it. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. But anyway, this is the tried and true thing in indie wrestling. You have the trope where come to the show, bring your gear, help set up, do what you got to do to help get the show off the ground. And
Philly likes your ID. Philly and Rosh both like the egg timer. So
okay.
The match should have to be over before the egg timer goes off.
Yes, yeah, that's the only way it can work. That's the only way it can work.
And if it ends, it's a draw and the champion keeps it.
Yes, the champion keeps the title and he gets a plate of eggs.
Yes. We're booking it. This is great.
So
you're like, it's over. It's
1,
over.
2, ding. Well, I guess it's still a champion.
Yep. AJ Evers.
like back in the mid '90s when Lord Steven Regal was the WCW champion. He would just his whole gimmick was he was just trying to play out the string and put guys in rest hold after rest hold because his whole goal was 15-minute draws.
The universe cannot let me become famous and rich and have more money than I know what to do with, because we will start a wrestling promotion and dumb shit like that would happen.
The Egg Timer title, yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be a thing, as well as some other dumb ideas that I've come up with or we've come up with.
Yeah. I have a lot of names for gimmicks. Well, the one is the name and the gimmick go hand in hand is the farmer's daughter who is also great at jujitsu and amateur wrestling and everything. MMA.
Yep, MMA.
That's a big one. The one I just came up with a name. There's not really a gimmick. There's Dick Crystal. Because I remember talking about like the Crystals. Like Dick Crystal is a wrestling name. It has to be a wrestling name. So there's a million of them.
Tons. Yeah.
So anyway, bring your gear to the shows. If you're a wrestler, show up, help out, and you never know what's going to happen. And that's certainly what happens here, because the Diamond City War Mastodons, the titular Uncle Masty and the Diamond City War Machines, with their Thick Boys Club banner. I remember when the show came out, I made a joke on Twitter because Brad from Diamond City, Brad DeMayo, put that up on his thing. I'm like, why did he steal Paul Bo's shower curtain?
The Thick Boys. That needs to be t-shirts.
The Diamond City War Mastodons, not taking on the Art of War, not taking on Rembrandt and Company, but instead, by the way, I know we're talking this show. Did you see the match for PPW next weekend on the 8th, October 8th?
Which one?
Heck of a match they have planned. It's going to be Rembrandt and Cosmic against Danny Moe and Adina Steele. That's going to be a fun match. Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of fun.
But anyway, this match is
money talks. I could be bought and sold in sponsorship money. I would love to, but at this point in time in my juncture where I'm trying to save up for equipment and I'm no money in my bank account, sponsorship money from this side of the channel is going to be tough to come by.
But the War Mastodons are going to be taken on here in place of the Art of War, the Backbreaker Elite. Some people we know very well from Backbreakers Wrestling and the Backbreakers Training Center. Dyson Bennett, who is the senior member of the team.
Love him. He's so good.
He is. I think he has a match coming up with Matt Turner somewhere. Might be this weekend. It might have been last weekend. But then two people who are a little bit newer. You have Nathaniel Cunningham, the former Roberto Garcia. We were there. We were on the call when he lost his mask and became Nathaniel Cunningham.
And we were on the call when he won his first title.
I don't know if I was on the call for that. I know we were.
Oh, no, we weren't on the call. We interviewed him after he won his first title.
Yes, we did. When the title was held up because of Squid Sterling's injury, and then he beat a guy who I think there might have been some funny business with the scale.
No, he was clearly of cruiserweight stature.
He had to be Travis Dorian is what we're talking about. I think he was able to cut weight. He cut out the high life. He put in Miller Lite instead. He cut the weight.
That is enough right there that you should be qualified, because if you have to switch beers like that, that's rough.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Nathaniel Cunningham and a guy who had a bit of a coming out party at the last Backbreaker show, the Dude.
Yeah, I love me some Dude. He is he's great. The Dude is fantastic. If you haven't seen the Dude wrestle yet, please seek him out. Yeah. He's another one I hope starts branching out and working in the rest of the Northeast Pennsylvania area. I'm a big fan of the Dude.
And just in this match, he looked huge.
Yeah, he's tall.
He's a tall guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I know Masty's quite tall, and the Dude's like right there with him height-wise.
Yeah, he got a lot of height to him.
So yeah, we have the Dude there. The veterans do back off the new blood.
Blue collar lightweight.
Them's fighting words.
Yeah.
Dyson Bennett does get some control on Brad DeMayo here. Brad gets isolated. The Dude surfs on him. Cunningham and Bennett hang Brad up on either side, and then the Dude start to body surf him a little bit, use him as a boogie board. And that's about the end of it. The Dude doesn't realize he's legal after a little bit. And he might have been using some substances that may have been legal only if you have a card, I'm going to guess, which leads to Brad making the hot tag to Uncle Masty. Dyson Bennett just gets punched out of the air, just knocked clean out of the air. And that's the beginning of the end. Welcome to Wilkes-Barre does it. Uncle Masty hits a senton to put an exclamation point on everything. The Dude goes and gets a hot dog. And Nathaniel Cunningham, poor Nathaniel, gets his mirror stolen.
Yeah. Loving the new show, Mr. Anthony. Thank you for using my idea. Love listening to you guys talk wrestling. That's John and the superstar himself, the commish little Gav. We're keeping this one PG. Neither one of us are going to curse or say anything crazy, so he can actually listen back to it. I'm going to try to keep my potty mouth under control for the commish. But we love you, buddy. I just showed off your autographs early on, but you are the man. You did a great job keeping things in order here on this show. Because God knows they needed it, that's why you keep Gav around. But yes, Mick, we see you, buddy. We're on here, and also Jakey Bakey in the chat saying what's up to Mick. All right, well, let's get our next one here.
We had some cool video packages before the next match. We had Mike Skyros. Oh no, our next match is Mike Skyros. He's just introducing himself as the HTW TV champion, which leads to a big TV title match. I believe, I could be wrong here, I believe this was the first defense of the HTW TV title, which is going to be the champion, the Moonlight Sun, Mike Skyros, against Sean Carr.
Yeah, so, wrong one, there's Gavin. But listen, I will say this right now. When I first got into the independent wrestling scene, I was invited to go to a PPW show. So I went out to PPW, and at the time, their current champion was Sean Carr. And when I got into this independent wrestling scene, he quickly became my favorite guy on the scene. I was like, dude, I love him. I love his work. I love his look. He's so good in the ring. And he was a good champion. So like, he was my introduction back into the independent wrestling scene, especially in the Northeast area. So awesome to see him. You see him a lot up at Excite Wrestling up in New York. I believe he is the champion up there. And once again, this is the theme of the night, where you're going to say, a guy who's been around but really making a name for himself right currently in the independent wrestling scene, and that's going to be Mike Skyros. This kid is a stud, and these two locking horns at this stage of their career is a dream match of its own, and it's not even the main event of this show, and boy, was it awesome.
And Skyros in his entrance. Entrances are a big part of it, and you got to look the part, and especially if you're a champion, and Mike Skyros certainly does. Very cool Venom mask. He's symbiote Skyros here. And just the quickness, the crispness of how he does everything, the drop kicks, the elbow near the apron, the dodges, everything he does. He sets a breakneck pace here. And then Sean Carr is a bigger guy, and he's keeping that pace.
Yeah, Sean's unbelievable. And like I said, when I seen this card first announced for this, I was like, man, there's a lot of heat on this card. You know what I mean? And not even having Killian be able to show up, unfortunately, and missing out on Rembrandt and Cosmic. This card still is so stacked. It's such a good card. Yeah,
it is. And Skyros' offense, his offense just looks so good. He gets a spine buster for a near fall, pedigree for a near fall, goes for that Skyfall DDT, that jumping DDT, which is one of my favorite finishes on the indies right now, because it's one of those things you can hit at any time. You can hit it from a springboard. You can hit it. It's something where, and it's just quick. It's impactful. You can do it to anybody. You don't have to worry about how big or how small the guy is.
So one of the things that's really, really hard, especially when you work a lot of commentary in different promotions, and I'm glad I'm not play-by-play, is remembering everyone's special name to their finishing move. But if you have a finishing move that stands out to commentary and looks good and has a cool name, it's a lot easier to put in the memory bank and always keep there. And the Skyfall DDT is one of those moves. Easily one of those moves.
It absolutely is. And Sean Carr blocks it the first time and hits a pop-up Liger bomb of his own, just a 2 count. And if you watch this match and you've never seen Sean Carr before, this was my first time seeing Sean Carr wrestle. You just are going to be taken aback by the athleticism that he has for his size. But it's not quite enough, because he's got Skyros in the corner. It's kicked off. All Skyros has to do is get up to that second rope, Skyfall, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Competitive match, but the champion retains.
Yeah, a fantastic match. You said it best. And once again, Mike is going to be your high tension wrestling champion. I will say this one thing: High Tension is a company that, we have a lot of history with Camp Leapfrog. We did a lot of work for them, and to see them work as hard as they did during the pandemic era and get to where they are now, where they're able to put stuff in front of crowds and get to the point where they are with their production as well as their wrestling, and now finally seeing that promotion have a championship and how good that championship looks. I'm very, very proud of the boys over at the High Tension Wrestling Network, and they couldn't have picked a better guy to represent as one of their first champions, and to represent that banner and represent that company. Very, very proud.
And somebody who came through that Camp Leapfrog era in the open swims, and then the tag team with Blackstrom. One of the last Leapfrog show was the Halloween show, and I had a chance to work behind the scenes a little bit on that and shoot some stuff with him and Blackstrom and Tyrant and JC Storm and Thief Ant and a few other people for basically a Scooby-Doo homage, which was a lot of fun with with them being the spooky vampires that the Scooby Gang has to run from.
I'll say this too, to put high tension over, and I don't, and sometimes this might be the first time for people seeing this channel are seeing it, but one of the things that we both get complimented on very, very well, and we're proud of, it's a badge of honor for us, is we can show up at a show, and if we're booked, we can do anything you ask us to, whether it be camera, production, audio equipment, video equipment. We can help film things. We can help, we have decent minds that we can make things work. You've been doing backstage, we're kind of that utility knife of a wrestling company. You've done music as well as at the same time as doing commentary. Like, we both learned a lot on how to make things work at wrestling shows, and I can definitely speak for myself, and I'm sure you're going to say the same thing. High Tension was that platform that we were able to get in there and just really sharpen our teeth in this business during a pandemic era where you would think it's a lot more laid back because of maybe not having a live crowd. But when you have certain standards that you have to get things filmed and uploaded the same night, boy, does that get stressful.
Totally.
You would think it'd be easier, smooth transitions to say, okay, let's go film all this and then get it up and get it ready and edited. But
you're making a movie. You're making a movie at that point.
It was super challenging, but so rewarding. And High Tension is a huge reason why I credit a lot of my skills to this wrestling business, and really was a great launching point for us. So, like I said, this banner means a lot to both of us. And like I said, and Skyros is a guy who I couldn't be more proud of, the guy who's holding that title.
And then after the match, there is a post-match promo by Mike Skyros, laying down the line, rather. Anyone that wants a shot at this title, I'll come to you. Anyone who wants this, you can have it.
Yeah.
So he does issue that open challenge for the TV title. And then that flows directly into something that's an excellent piece of business here. And that is the preview package for Adina Steele versus Masha Slamovich.
Yeah. Boy, the last time I felt this way about a Masha match where they did such a good job in the build-up was Masha versus Edith Surreal at Camp Leapfrog.
The Soviet Death Match.
Where it led into just Masha being exactly what Masha is, and that is on the female side. And I listen, Bougie, I will say right now, is one of the best heels in the business. But when it comes to the top of tier, Masha is it. She is the Ivan Drago of any promotion, how you book her.
Bougie is the kind of healer like, oh, I hate that guy, I hope he gets beat up. Masha is the kind of healer that's like, I'm terrified of her, I hope she doesn't kill my favorite wrestler.
Yes,
it's a different type of heel.
Yeah, where she comes in and you absolutely respect her. You love watching her work, but you're like, oh boy, at some point in time, I hope what you just said, I hope she doesn't get in the ring with one of my favorites.
It's that Terry Funk, she's crazy, she might do something here.
Yeah,
it's that.
And unfortunately, when you say, I hope she doesn't wrestle one of my favorites, it doesn't get more of a favorite for us. For Adina Steele. You know what I mean? We absolutely love Adina. And listen, the way they shot this promo was perfect. And it's exactly how everyone who knows both these competitors felt, where they're like, man, this is perfect for Adina. This is a great opportunity for Adina. But does she survive this? You know what I mean? Like,
and even her closest people, Pete DeLong, who saw her come up through everything, Kit Raff, her boyfriend, which they acknowledge. They're all like, oh, we love her, but I don't know, I don't think she's ready. You talked about Masha being Drago. This is straight out of Rocky IV. Like, the part with Kit talking about, I don't know if she's ready. That's Adrian saying you can't win.
Fantastic storytelling. A+. And the match was excellent. It was exactly what you want out of Adina and Masha.
Again, the pace in the beginning. Because they tell the right thing here. They tell the right story. They are making sure that you understand that Adina has to. She is in there with a wild animal, and she has to pick her spots and get out of there before she is mauled.
If and one I want to really put this over too, because a lot of people will say, like, they talk about this company as maybe not a reason I should go watch it, or what reason do I have to go check out this promotion? And that's Impact Wrestling. I personally think it is definitely hard to find, but you can get the subscription through them, or I believe you can subscribe to them on YouTube, and you can watch their stuff there.
Yeah, I think the YouTube is like $2 a month, and you can get Impact, and that's about it. I don't think you get the specials or the back catalog, but yeah.
But I will say this right now: if you want to see the future, one of the futures of women's professional wrestling right now, and that's Masha Slamovich, she is on Impact, and she has been doing a great job, as well as another local person to us, Ace Austin, very featured heavily on Impact Wrestling. That's just 2 reasons alone right there to go and subscribe and support Impact Wrestling, because both of those talents are absolutely breathtaking and awesome to watch.
Oh, totally. And I know I think they announced this. I think it might actually be now. I know it was part of the latest tapings. I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week or sometime in the near future, but they're doing Monsters Ball match, which is the kind of signature brawling match, like crazy chaotic match of Impact Wrestling, all the way back to the TNA days. And it's going to be Masha against Allie Ketch from GCW.
Sick. Sick.
Yeah, that's going to be.
I will tell you right now, if you use your IWTV subscription and go search out more Masha matches, because she has done some disgusting stuff in the independent scene, between a Camp Leapfrog, where she wrestled in the Soviet Death Match, is a must watch with her and Edith. Her CFU, where she cage fights. She's her current champion right now. She did a death match with her boyfriend Akira. I'm not sure if that's on IWTV. I'd have to double check that, but just seek her out. She's so good.
If I'm gonna put you in one direction, it would be Camp Leapfrog. I believe it was the Camp Love Frog show with the Soviet death match. The storytelling, just if you watch that video package before the match, it tells you everything you need to know, and then you get the match, and it is like this is a feral, crazy person who is going to kill poor Edith Surreal.
Yeah. We appreciate your kind words and appreciate all your contributions to High Tension Wrestling Organization. We pride ourselves on being a learning environment, also consistently learning ourselves. Yeah. You couldn't have said it better, man. We had a blast, and ABJ and Brian are really good additions to any team. Thank you. We appreciate that. All right, well, let's get into our next match here. Oh, Dina.
Let's close off this match. Masha does eventually slow it down in the parlances of the industry, gets the heat. Punishes Adina. Adina is great fighting from beneath, but Masha always claws back. Adina does surprise Masha with a plot twist for 2. And Masha's intensity here is just ridiculous. It's off the charts ridiculous. And then we finish up with some rapid fire pin attempts, which ends with Adina getting that shock flash pin, that 1, 2, 3. And then you think, well, okay, well, now she's dead because she just made Masha angry. But no, she gets the respect. She gets the handshake from Masha.
Yeah, excellent storytelling. Couldn't have done it. It was just done really well. Both, and it made you still respect Masha as a talent, made you still fear her as a heel, but it also gave the feel good feeling for the local talent in Adina getting the big victory.
That is coming in with territory, and you put over the local talent and you leave the territory. That's how it's done.
Yep, perfectly done.
So then we come back from that with a tag match. The Associates, who we just saw at the first ever UCW show, they were all over that show, running roughshod. That's Aaron Roxas. And
what is a Roxas? No, that's what we were chanting at him at the last show. Yeah, Aaron Roxas and Luca have been doing great work on the independent scene, teaming up as a tag team and doing great stuff. Always fun to watch. But listen, boys, I know you're local, and we love you to death, but we love us some Runway.
Yeah. Again, some more Camp Leapfrog veteran campers.
The world doesn't deserve Runway, is what I will say right now.
I believe they're in like the 2nd or 3rd ever Camp Leapfrog match. I know they're on the first show.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyler Klein, Calvin Couture.
Didn't they get meat shoved in their mouth at Camp Leapfrog's second match? The eat the meat match.
Against Trajan and Ron Voyage.
Yeah. Eat the meat match. Like I said, you want to talk about a fun tag team, the Runway. Oh, what What a blast they are. They're so talented.
Mm-hmm.
Just recently had a huge match against Bussy for the GCW Tag Team Championships. And
that's excellent.
And they showed their ass, literally.
It happens. It happens.
They're unbelievable. Another great talent out of the Pittsburgh area. Please book them.
Won't hold that against them.
Yeah, we won't hold it against you. But please get these boys booked more in our area so we can see more of their action. But yeah, the Associates versus the Runway. Let's break this one down.
So Aaron Roxas does get the better of Calvin Couture to start off, but then Calvin does tie again Tyler Klein, who was immediately mocked by Aaron Roxas for his height. Aaron Roxas is a very tall man.
Yeah.
And much taller than most of the rest of the participants in this match. But eventually, the Runway does take advantage. They isolate Luca Mancini. We get some great heel work here. The Runway, bell to bell, when you're talking about the match itself, they are at their best when they are doing the Arn and Tully, FTR, Midnight Express, cut the ring in half, isolate one of the baby faces, and just build and build and build and build to that hot tag. And this was a fun hot tag because that last second of suspense always has to be great for a good hot tag. And it is I didn't take down on my notes which one of the Runway it was, but they're grabbing Luca's suspenders, but it doesn't work. And they let go of the suspenders. They fly back and tag their opponent or tag their partner. Luca does make the hot tag to Aaron Roxas. It turns into a Pier 6 brawl. The Associates go for their finish, but Tyler Klein, so Klein, I believe, would have made the tag to Couture because Couture is legal here. Tyler Klein does pull Luca Mancini off the rope, and Calvin Couture gets the dirty roll up for the 3. And the Runway are victorious in our penultimate match here on Smasha Master Wrasslin.
Absolutely. Great match. Fun. All 4 competitors, excellent. Just really, anytime I get to see the Runway on my screen, I'm a happy camper. All right, well, let's get into our main event of the evening.
First, we see the events that have led to this main event of the evening.
Boy, Tommy Vex is a scumbag, huh?
Well, we already knew that. We just know how big of a scumbag he was. So he does pay a visit to Gavin and breaks Gavin's crayons. Mary Elizabeth comes in to try to play the good cop here, and comes to take Gavin over somewhere else, and then winds up locking poor Gavin in the janitor's closet. And then when Uncle Masty gets wind of this, he has a way to make this right, make this whole. Gavin becomes the commissioner of Smasha Master Wrasslin for tonight.
Becomes the boss man.
Yes.
Literally.
But before that, we get a little ad of Tommy Vex running for commissioner. So he wants to become the commissioner of Smash Master Wrasslin.
Could you imagine?
We also get I don't want to. Catering would be nice. I think catering would be a nice spread from Wawa. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, he hates Wawa. He's a big Sheets guy.
You do not want to do that.
He's a huge Sheets guy.
Don't get me on Tommy Vex's side.
Tommy Vex. There's 2 things that Tommy Vex loves in this world, and that's Sheets and the Mets.
You're just fighting with everybody now, aren't you? You're just fighting with everybody. We don't want to. I don't. Me and Tommy Vex don't want to talk about baseball. Let's talk about football instead. I'm all about football right now.
Yeah, you guys have the most high-powered offense who can only put points up for 1 quarter.
Football, it's all it takes sometimes. You can hold them to 8. That's all it takes.
That's very true.
You had more sacks taken than points.
Also very true. Yeah, it's gonna be a long season.
See, this is what I don't like. This is why I like messing with Dallas fans, messing with Giants fans, because the thing I've learned about the Washington Commanders
we're
is no one hates them more than their own fans.
Yeah, so well, I mean, I don't hate them, but we're just conditioned.
No one has more disdain for them than their own fans.
Very true. We're a glutton for punishment. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can do anything. You can take over their stadium. You can sack their quarterback 9 times. You can do everything. They're like, yeah, we deserve it. We suck.
We're just like, oh, that's exactly how we thought this was going to play out. And then we do good. We're like, oh my God, they're doing it. Like, look at them go.
So the one thing we did miss here, back on track, is we did get a promo here from Kit Raff. And he's prided himself on being the toughest guy there. It's not about being a champion. It's not about being in the main event, even though he is here. He is the toughest guy there. And that's what this is all about. It's all about putting Tommy Vex in his place. Former partners here, partners on the first Smash Master show. Tommy Vex styling when he comes out in the Mr. Ooh La La shirt.
That's a great shirt.
Yes. So then Kit comes out second, and Matt Durline, the referee, is standing on the outside, and Tommy Vex tags him in. He thinks this is like a tag team match of some sort. And there's arguments back and forth. Vex steps outside, Durline steps inside, and Kit's like, no more nonsense. Kid is here to do business, and Kid is here to take care of business. And he just brings Tommy Vex in and runs roughshod in the beginning. We get a running Samoan drop for a 2 count. But Mary Elizabeth puts Tommy's feet on the ropes there, distracts Matt Durline while Tommy Vex gets a chair, does the old lie, cheat, and steal spot where he throws the chair to Kit Raff. Never a good idea. Never give Kit Raff a weapon. Ever. It'll wind up wrapped around your head. Yeah, but it doesn't here because Tommy does fall down immediately just in time for referee Matt Durline to turn around and call for the DQ. But then we have the commissioner.
That guy misses a lot. He misses a lot that's going on.
It happens.
Oh, man.
Name one pro wrestling referee that doesn't.
I mean, listen, I've seen people get fired for less.
I have too, yeah. So we have Commissioner Gavin coming out to restart this match. No DQ. This happens to Tommy Vex a lot, I've noticed.
Yeah, Tommy Vex unfortunately won a world championship, or won a championship, and had it restarted on him, and he unfortunately did not come to fruition, and got it restarted.
So this happens. Tommy Vex and Mary Elizabeth flip out, and Mary Elizabeth gets tossed. She gets tossed, but on the way out, she mixes it up with Coach Raff, who is making his triumphant return to professional wrestling here after taking a little time off to, as Guile would say, go home and be a family man.
Yeah, congratulations, bud.
Yes, congratulations to Coach. And Mary Beth knocks him out of his pants. Yeah, knocks him right out of his pants, and he's crawling all the way to the back. Kit goes to work with that chair. Again, never give Kit Raff a chair. What are you thinking? Never give that man a chair. And the coach, or rather Kit goes to work on Tommy. The fight goes on the other side of the ring. We didn't describe exactly the way this venue looks. It's a like a gymnasium, and there's a big curtain in the middle blocking off about half the gymnasium.
So our gymnasium used to have the same thing, like a wall would go up, and that's how they separated the boys class from the girls class, because you couldn't have them look at each other. You know what I mean? It's weird. Boys can't look at girls during gym class. Put the curtain up.
I take that back. Our gym classes were co-ed, but they would have 2 going on at the same time.
See, ours was, you had to put the boys on one side and the girls on the other, and you weren't allowed to look at each other.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
I don't know why it's so silly.
But the fight goes on the other side. Great job by the commentary, because there's no monitors. You can tell they can't see a thing that's going on, but they keep it going. Yeah, they keep it going. Vex gets caned on the way back because Kit Raff comes back with a Singapore cane, as they say in ECW, kendo stick, if you're a WWE fan. Yeah. He gets chopped by some kids in the front row. We have doors.
How about the lady throwing the body shots?
Yeah.
She was winding up.
Them in. We have doors because, as they mention on commentary, they are more economical than tables.
Oh, very much more affordable.
Yeah. So they come back with the doors. Tommy Vex just busts.
Most doors are plastic, and that's not fun for anybody. The only one who goes through plastic tables are Bills fans.
Really?
Yeah, Bills fans are always going through plastic tables.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant, because I was thinking of the one time we were a show where they used a plastic table. Yeah. When Rembrandt won his title in PPW, I'm like, really? He's a Bills fan?
No,
Rembrandt. You're talking about the Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia, yeah.
By the way, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. It's a long shot. But if there's a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl,
that's going to be the most pro wrestling Super Bowl we'll ever see ever.
Oh, my goodness.
Not an Eagles fan, but I will root for that Super Bowl.
Yeah, that would be fun. Until the game happens, the Eagles lose by 20.
The most extreme wrestling fans and football fans versus probably the most wrestling fan football team base. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Vex comes in with the door, breaks the kendo stick over Kit's back.
We say break. Demolishes it.
Yeah, just shatters, obliterates the kendo stick.
I don't think I've ever seen a kendo stick break like that.
No, that was craziness.
Yikes. The people in the front were like, we got a piece. To see the kids losing their minds.
Back in the ring. Tommy tries to gore. Shades of Rhino. Trying to gore Kit Ray through the table. But Kit counters with the spine buster through the door. Not the table, the door. And then that looks like it's all about it's about to end everything. But a masked person returns, steals Big Boss Gavin's nightstick, because we did mention Gavin is the big boss man here.
He had a great beard.
He did.
Yeah.
The masked person, Mary Elizabeth. But hey, what are they going to do? This qualifier? Commissioner Gavin made no disqualification. You live by the rules and die by the rules.
What a queen, by the way, Mary.
Very brilliant. A master strategist coming back in a mask, stealing Gavin's nightstick, baton shot to Kit, Vexecution, and that's it. That is it.
The Rifleman got the job done, you know? Kit, unfortunately, just wrong place, wrong time. And Gavin's weapon ended up being the deciding factor, you know?
Tommy Vex able to sneak one out there and gets out of dodge while the getting's good and leaves Mary Elizabeth behind to suffer the consequences.
Disgraceful. How do you leave that queen behind to get what she had coming? I guess what the commentary said. It says Mary's going to get picked up and speared through a door.
I think Mary Elizabeth is a master strategist. Maybe should have gotten out of there a little quicker. Maybe should have escaped while the getting was good. But I think it was well worth it for her to take a little bit of punishment to know that she was instrumental in Tommy Vex getting that victory.
Absolutely. And then after
that is some 4D chess by the chess master Mary Elizabeth.
And we send the crowd home happy as Gavin, the boss man, and Kit pose for the crowd. And that's how Smash.
I am so waiting for Gavin's heel turn when he's Big Bubba. He's wearing like the suit and the bowler hat and everything.
Is it crazy that I'm like just pumped to watch this kid's career? And like we always make the joke that like he's gonna turn like 15 or 16 and be like, I hate wrestling. And
wrestling sucks.
Yeah, wrestling sucks. I don't want to do this anymore.
You're so good.
Yeah. But what a great show. Make sure you check it out on IWTV right now. The only place to watch it. I don't know if there's any promo codes going on right now, but it's $9. It's $10 a month. Literally, it's completely filled with wrestling content from all over the world. Australia, UK, United States. I believe there's some Mexico on there. Just your one-stop shop for independent wrestling. If you like watching people who are on AEW, who are on different brands besides just WWE, you can see some really good matches of people who are signed by major companies who still get to work independents and go and put on fantastic matches on independent wrestling television. And if you haven't got enough fix of Smash Master Wrestling, we're gonna have Smash Monster Wrestling
real quick with IWTV. One of the big shows they have this weekend, or no, actually it's tonight. I stand corrected. Or it already happened. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I can't read. It is I thought it said September 27th. I'm like, that's tonight. No, that was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
October 27th, Sean Henderson presents Colby Carino's Painted Black. This is an exciting one just because Colby Carino will be teaming with his aunt, Allison Danger, who we met.
Ooh.
They'll be teaming on that show.
Awesome. Well, let's get back to Smash Monster. Sunday, October 16th, you're going to have Kit Raff versus Killian McMurphy in your main event.
The Devil.
The Devil himself will be there. The Horror War Tornado Tag Team Attraction. The Queen of Northeastern Pennsylvania, Dina Steele, the Masked Marvel Scramble, and this will all be at the Circle Drive-In, and it's also during the Northeast Pennsylvania Horror Fest. So if you're into horror movies and professional wrestling, there is no better place to be October 6th on a Sunday than Smash Monster Wrestling. Everyone who's on that roster, just really good buds of ours, and definitely go support them. We have Jay Boozy versus James Gray already announced. We have Stan Styles and Adina Steele in some one-on-one action. Here's a tornado scramble for you. You're gonna have Uncle Masty and Skyler take on Philly Mike and Riley versus the Associates versus Diamond City War Machines.
That is a horror show. Look at that.
let me get this off of Eric's face here. There he is.
Yeah.
I can't cover that, man. Look at him. What a matchup
that picture there just shows you how much Eric has put work in, because he looks a lot better. He looks good there, but he looks a lot better now.
They both look
like thinned out.
Yeah. So proud of those guys. And then once again, our main event, Kit Raff versus Killian. Two talent, just two people that I don't think this match has ever happened before. And if it has, I didn't see it. But I'm very excited to see this. Very big fans of both of them. That's gonna be really fun to see.
Yeah, great show. And if you're in the horror movies, you're into professional wrestling, that's a no-brainer there, the Circle Drive-In.
And if you can't get enough of your old Uncle Masty, once again, it's going to be Saturday, October 22nd in Reading, Pennsylvania. High Tension Wrestling presents Halloween. And there's some of the people on the card. Some matches announced. I didn't get the graphics. I apologize. But you got Robbie Radke. You got Killian McMurphy, Adina Steele. I mean, Tommy Vex and Mr. Ulala on the same card. I mean, need to say more. And then once again, the notorious Kit Raff there on the end. All ages event, must be 21 to drink. So there will be beer involved at this show, which is exciting. Unfortunately, I will be in Jersey that day, so I have to wait and watch it on IWTV myself. Once again, maybe in the future we have another review show to go over. We do have another suggested topic by Gavin's dad that he wants us to go over, so we can announce it now. A future topic that we will cover on our wrestling side of things on this channel. We're going to talk about the Jimmy Snuka incident in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh boy, that's not going to touch any hot buttons.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to talk about, but that was requested by a fan, and we are going to do our best to talk about it and do it justice. If you don't know, you can do your homework already and watch the Dark Side of the Ring episode that was already been done about it. But that has been requested. If you're here, you're watching later on, you're watching the replay, hit us up on social media, comment below, let us know some more shows you want us to review. They could be old WWE shows, they could be old New Japan shows, you name it. We'll try to find it and watch it. We have Impact, we have anything on IWTV. If it's on YouTube, we'll try to cover it. And we're always down to have some guests on. So if you want to come on and review a show with us, or if you want to pick a topic for us to talk about, the door is open for anybody. We can have you on. The only thing we require is have a little bit of a setup, whether it be a camera, a microphone. We want to try to keep the quality high and go through there. Here you go. Steven Chambers says, great Marvel news a couple of days ago. Wolverine will be in Deadpool 3. Yes, he will be. That's exciting. That's another thing we'll talk about very soon on the channel is all that. Anything you want to say before we get out of here from about the show?
No, the show was fun all around. Every match was a little bit different. Every match had its own purpose, so it told its own story. Fun watch. It's only about 2 hours and change, 2:15, 2:14, something like that. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. IWTV just has an abundance of live wrestling. You can check out tomorrow's stars, today, yesterday's stars. IWTV 100 is an incredible show. I know we had that 1 hour draw with Wheeler Yuta and Alex Shelley Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. Alex Shelley wound up winning the IWTV title later, but yeah, just you can't go wrong there. And hey, check out local wrestling if you're able to. Check it out, and if there's a show, if you just see a poster in your town, wrestling tonight. Or wrestling this weekend at the local fire hall. Go check it out. You never know who you're going to see. You never know who you're going to.
It's not what it used to be. The people that are wrestling on these shows now, the talent is unbelievable, and I'm guaranteeing you're going to have a great time.
It was fun back then,
especially if you're in the Northeast PA area. And we're not just saying it because 98% of them are our friends, but they're so good at what they do, and the companies are taking themselves super serious. They put on a lot of fun. Go support independent wrestling. Brian, anything you want to plug?
Murder My Dude on a slight pause. I wasn't really as I mentioned earlier, I've been fighting COVID this week. I'm doing fine now. But my co-host is under the weather as well. And maybe it'll be up tomorrow, maybe it'll be put off a week, but we will have a new episode coming out. You can always look up Murder My Dude on social media. And you can find us there. I did want to bring up another show, and I don't know a whole lot about it. I was scrolling through Facebook. I believe it is this weekend. If you're in the Philly, South Jersey area, I believe it's called Gen Pro Wrestling. It's going to be this Saturday at the Monster Factory. I don't see a time here. It's called the Mike B Memorial. It's something called Gen Pro Wrestling. The Bonnet Club, who we've seen before, is going to be at this show. We're going to have the Stepdads on this show. We're going to have Damaris Dawkins on this show. Tony Deppen on this show. So the only reason I bring this up is it is a benefit show. It is benefiting something that is kind of important to me. So that's the only reason I really want to bring it up. It is benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Philadelphia Tri-State Chapter. Lupus is a devastating disease, autoimmune disease, predominantly, overwhelmingly affecting women. And it is serious business, and anything you can do to help fight that, you probably should.
Yeah, absolutely. Check that out. Gen Pro in Jersey, right?
Yeah, at the Monster Factory, the world famous Monster Factory.
Yeah. The only thing I got is, like I said, thank you all for tuning in. We had a lot of people subscribe tonight. I truly appreciate that. Just trying to make this channel grow. 13 likes, which is dope. Everyone who tuned in, comment in the chat. Interaction is always amazing. If you can, hit that share button, share this on your timeline. Just tell people to check it out. Maybe help us out with a subscribe and tell us what they thought of it. Subscribe to Independent Wrestling Television. Anything we can do to help that brand grow and get people to watch their products and see more independent wrestling. And like you said before, see the stars of the next stars of professional wrestling, or some of the ones you see now wrestling in great events. You're going to find some really, really awesome things on there. You can see me on there from some of the old Camp Leapfrog things. You can see me under the Standalone Wrestling promotion. I've been doing some stuff for them for Shore Star Wrestling. I just did a show for Standalone. I made my debut there. I'll be making my debut for Pro Wrestling After Dark. I'll be doing commentary for the first, one of the things we talked about, I said, man, New York City would be cool. And because it's slowly becoming a wrestling town again, Atlantic City's been on my bucket list. And
there you go. Yeah.
Check it off under Pro Wrestling After Dark. Me and Pete DeLong will be at Electric Halloween. And also be at IWA Wrestling, which is coming up very soon, another Halloween show where I'll be with Pete DeLong. So a lot of cool things. You can check us out when it comes to the pro wrestling side. You can follow me on all social media, Anthony Blackwell Jr. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's all there. Give me a subscribe, helps me out. Like I said, share this channel out. We have a lot more content coming. If you want to be involved in some upcoming content, send me a message. We'll get you on and we'll talk some fun things. Check out, once again, Murder My Dude. Support that podcast. Brian does a great job on there, putting together some great content for everybody.
I should mention, sorry. Again, I don't know if it's going to be out this Friday. It could be out next Friday. We'll see. Time will tell. But we are going to be talking about the Clutter family murders, which is, if you've read the Truman Capote book In Cold Blood, which kind of started the whole true crime genre. The reason we're going to do it is tomorrow would have been Truman Capote's 98th birthday, but that is going to be the topic of the show. It was a murder at a farm in Kansas in the late 1950s, and that story became a national headline because of Truman Capote's book.
And once again, thank you guys so much for supporting the new channel. It means so much to me. You have no idea how terrifying this was for me to put aside everything I've been working on for 4 years and start something new. The response has been amazing. People buying the t-shirts, supporting the Patreon. I think we got like 12 people or 11 people, which is insane. We've already hit close to 150 subscribers on the YouTube. Thank you guys. Seriously. YouTube will be the one-stop shop for everything until the podcast itself gets started. Then that will be video and audio. Just once again, huge thank you guys. Love the show. Can't wait to watch again. Subscribe, help these guys grow. Thank you so much. That seriously means the world. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, comment. Like I said, comment, leave some reviews. Also on the Facebook side, on Anthony Blackwell Jr., there is a review tab as well. You can leave reviews. If I've ever worked for you for a promotion, if I've done commentary, if I've done production, those reviews help. If you like the content I make, put some reviews out there. Let me know what you think. If you've listened to my commentary, or listened to our podcast, our live stream shows that we're doing, that support goes a long way and it helps us grow in the algorithms. But that's going to do it. Here's some outro music by Billy Trey. See you guys soon.